My name is Cameron Diaz. I'm 41 years old, on my way to 42. I am an actor in film. I recently just wrote a book called The Body Book, co-authored with a wonderful writing partner named Sandra Bark. And I grew up in Long Beach, California. I live in Los Angeles and New York. I go back and forth, but I like the seasons. And what else do I need to tell you? I think that's it, right? Okay. When people say, oh, I want to be like you, I want to be an actor, I want to look like you. I think that's it, right? Okay. The question I always ask them is why? Is it right? Like, really, why? And people, and especially in America, this idea of fame, that I want to be famous means that you're successful, that you're happy. I always ask them is why? It's not about, right? Like, I don't do what I do because I want to be famous. That's part of, being famous is my job. I am not, when I'm home, I am not, and I'm with my family and my friends, I am not famous. I am me, and I'm Cameron, and fame does not define me. And so if you are looking for fame to define you, then you will never be happy, and you will always be searching for happiness, and you will never find it in fame. And so it goes back to, I think for me, authenticity, intention. Why do you want to do anything you do? It should not be motivated by something that you think is going to make fulfillment comes from within you, by being authentic to yourself, not chasing fame. I was really fortunate. The education that I got from my parents was really an amazing. I was so lucky to have just the best parents who really trusted and empowered, and they just gave us everything. There wasn't a moment where my parents weren't teaching us. They were always teaching us, very actively teaching us work ethic, how to be a good person, how to treat people, how to be a good human being. Like, that was a very important thing to them. And there was always lessons. And I think that they just loved with every part of their being. They loved us so deeply, and that, I think, is just to know what it feels like to be loved, to know how to love and how to be loved is such an important thing. And they really showed us, my sister and I, how to do that. When my father died, the moment when that not knowing what that meant, not knowing what it would mean to be without him, I think was probably the hardest moment. And to have to see my mother have to say goodbye to him, and that was just really hard, and all of the family. But yeah, I think that moment of not knowing really was so painful. And then after that, knowing that, learning the lessons, like being very soon, like the next morning when I woke up, and I had this moment where I was like, oh my God, my dad is dead. Like, he's dead, he's gone. And I had this moment where I've had a visual of my dad standing next to me. And all of a sudden I looked over and he was gone. And there was this massive hole, this huge, huge hole that was so deep I couldn't see the end of it. It was so dark, it was so overwhelming. And on the other side of that hole was this massive pile of dirt. It was so high, I couldn't see the top of it. And I instinctively, I walked around the hole. I saw myself walking around the hole, and I rolled up my sleeves and I started climbing through the dirt. And as soon as I dug my hand into the dirt, I pulled my hand out, and there was strands of emeralds and rubies, and in this hand was a gold goblet. And I was so perplexed for a moment, and I just immediately, all of a sudden, I realized, okay, where he once was is now this. He has left me a task, a responsibility, that I must climb up this pile of dirt that seems so overwhelming, and I must dig out all of the treasures that he's left behind, all of the jewels, all of the lessons, all of the things that are going to enrich my life. And I just saw myself climbing through it, and I'm still climbing up that, up to the top. And I've gotten he's left me so many beautiful treasures. So.
Aqui, minha pobreza é essa daqui. Eu não tenho, às vezes, é muito caro um par dessa chinela aqui, é cara. Aí às vezes eu digo, meu Deus, se eu comprar um par de chinela, eu vou comprar minha comidinha. Um arroz, que é muito caro, aí eu compro o arroz e a chinela, fica de bando. Aí eu boto um prego, ando pra todo canto, roupa pra todo canto. Chinela. E as roupas minhas assim. Aí tem muita gente que dá uma roupinha linda, aí faz aquela sacola de roupa e me dá. Aí eu acho que é bom, visto, pronto. A minha pobreza é essa daqui. Mas eu vou à frente, né? Não tenho ambição por nada de ninguém, não. Quando nós chegamos logo aqui, não tinha ninguém pra dizer assim, é aberta, aí não, era mata. Aí nós broquemos, queimemos, fizemos um limpo. Aí fizemos um acampamento de plástico, fiquemos dentro. Aí todo mundo passava e dizia, um acampamento. O pessoal acampado, nós nem ligávamos. Nós cozinhávamos no meio do terreiro, fogão, as panelas de comida nós botávamos no meio do tempo. Lá vinha a chuva, molhava, carregava a chinela nossa, chinela, roupa, água carregava, nós nem ligávamos. Dá uma cedinha, que o dia amanhecer era tudo molhado, o lençol. Nós estendia, dava um azinho só, nós estendia, que quando enxugava, nós armávamos de novo a redinha nos pau. O vento levando nós e trazendo, e nós achando bom. Era tão bom que hoje ainda é bom. Aí começamos a brocar e fizemos roçado. Pronto, aí estamos cada qual, eu tenho meu roçado, tenho meu pedaço todo aberto, tem minha capoeirinha que eu planto. Eu tenho um jumentinho que eu boto água, é dentro da capoeira lá que eu fiz pra ele comer. Aí pronto. Aí a felicidade aqui. E ainda tô feliz ainda aqui. Sempre eu trabalhando na terra, eu dizia ao meu pai desse jeito. Pai, um dia eu ainda vou comprar um pedaço de chão pra mim. O pai, com o quê, menino? Eu digo, vou trabalhar, vou botar um roçado. Eu vendo o milho, o feijão que eu fizer e compro um pedacinho de terra pra mim morar. O pai, minha filha, nesse tempo que você for comprar essa terra, não existe mais essa compra de terra, não. Eu digo, por quê? O pai vai ver como eu vou comprar um roçadinho pra mim. Um terreno pra mim morar. Sempre eu dizia isso, meu pai. Quando foi um tempo, encontrei ele, eu disse, o que foi que eu disse, pai? Que eu ia ganhar a terra. Agora, lá tá medido, lá é meu. Já tá medido, lá, é meu agora, pai. Mas tu é danada mesmo, bem que tu disse que ainda vivia, ainda ia comprar uma terra pra tu. Digo, tô lutando, mas é minha. Ganhei com muita luta. Não foi uma e nem foi duas, não. Dormi no chão, no meio do mundo. Eu fui na TV diária. Dormi lá no campo pra ganhar essa terra. Toda noite eu vou pra escola. Quando chega lá, ela se senta. Aí bota o meu nome na lousa, arruma de letra. Eu não sabia nem o que era um A. E agora ela faz o ABC, eu leio todinho. Ela diz, tu já tá cá e fazendo teu nome. Eu digo, já. Aí eu digo, a dona Esmerina quer que o nome da minha professora é Esmerina. A senhora quer que eu vá fazer meu nome? Ela vá. Aí eu boto M, A, S. Aí boto a letra que eu conheço. Ela, pronto, menina, ela já fez linda alva, eu digo, graças a Deus. Ela, o resto, eu digo, é um L. Ela disse, eu começo, né? Aí eu vou fazendo. Quando chega a hora da escola, eu já tô dizendo assim, eu vou já pra minha escola. Tomo banho, me ama a minha janta. Eu digo, as meninas, bota aí, eu já vou pra escola. É de noite a minha escola. Mas toda noite eu vou com a minha escola. Chega lá, tem merenda. Eu merendo, aí quando eu estudo, aí venho-me embora. Quando eu chego, eu trago dever para fazer. Aí eu digo, negrada, me ensina a fazer meu dever, que vocês sabem, eu não sei, ainda por dever. Aí é nome de pessoa, nome de animais, nome de aves. Aí eu peço os meninos para fazer, eles me ensinam a fazer. Meus meninos quem me ensina eu fazer, né? Meu dever da noite lá. Aí eles ensinam. Eu digo assim, isso aqui é, né, negrada? Eu já com 55 anos e estou aprendendo a ler.
I remember my stepfather, would beat me, and he would beat me with extension cords and hangers and, pieces of wood and all kinds of stuff. And, after every beating, he would tell me, it hurt me more than it hurt you. And, I only did it because I love you. Which kind of, it communicated the wrong message to me about what love was. So for many years, I thought that love was supposed to hurt. And I hurt everyone that I love. And I measured love by how much pain someone would take from me. And it wasn't until I came to prison in an environment that is devoid of love that I began to have some sort of understanding about what it actually was and was not. And I met someone, and she gave me my first real insight into what love was because she saw past my conditions and the fact that I was in prison with a life sentence for murder. And not only for murder, but for doing the worst kind of murder that a man can do, murdering a woman and a child. And it was Agnes, the mother and grandmother of Patricia and Chris, the woman and child that I murdered, who gave me my best lesson about love, because by all rights, she should hate me. But she didn't. And over the course of time and through the journey that we took, that's been pretty amazing. She gave me love. And she taught me what it was.